It's crucially important that an organisation, particularly one in my own home city, the North West Regional College, is taking the lead in a project such as this. I have been around many groups and organisations, and I must say in the first instance I've been encouraging people not to take the lead because it is such a big job of work. But the North West Regional College has got a wealth of experience, and it was quite clear when I was here last year, when I was at the conference, where we had many discussions about the role that the North West Regional College was playing in accessing European funding and working with other European partners. And so for myself to hear that the North West Regional College is taking the lead in this particular project, I think is a shot in the arm for me as an MEP who lives in the city, and to know that there is an institution here that is going to be able to share best practice with other European countries, and that actually then allows us to showcase Derry and the college in a way that you wouldn't do unless you were taking the lead. I also have seen the value of volunteering. I know the role that this college played, particularly when we were to just reflect back on the Fleadh Cheoil Nahair. That was the first time that the flag came to the north of Ireland, where Irish song and music and dance was here in a festival, the biggest Irish festival for all over the world, and we had it for a week in 2013 during the City of Culture Year. And the role that this college played in assisting volunteers to know what their role should be when they were engaging with the public. And I think that local knowledge, where people had access to obviously the streets, the clubs, the restaurants, and how to direct people. But I have been arguing quite fiercely with the organisation Ceoltas for the Fleadh to come back to the city. And one of the things that is recognised by all who were participating at that time is that we had the best Fleadh ever in Ireland. And it wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for the contribution that the North West Regional College made to people of that generation. That people were able to go out and volunteer, and you had that intergenerational mix of the older people with, well, we shouldn't say people over 50 or older, I should, as I say, I have to declare an interest in that role, but that people were able to come with that experience, and then they were able to share that with young people. So for myself, I think the validation of volunteering in Validvol is a great project, and it's one that most European cities and most European countries would like to be able to take the lead, but the fact that this city has got an institution that's doing that with the track record that we have, it's little wonder that the city and the institution was awarded the project.
The Validation of Volunteers project is for those aged 50 plus, as you say. What specific contribution can those in that age group make in a European context?
Well, I mean, there's been a number of projects and programs that people have looked at in Europe, because the generation, we have got an ageing population, and we have to be able to capture the experience that the ageing population will bring, particularly to the health and well-being and the development of society. Unfortunately, we live in a world where multinational companies are very much developing and influencing policy development. And that in a way that we can see that democracy is potentially, and I say potentially, being diluted. And diluted because of multinational companies that are almost nearly the unseen empires, to quote Pope Francis, who challenged all of us as MEPs in the European Parliament and had talked about the ageing population and the older generation almost being like a cog in a wheel, and that once they are no longer needed for big multinational industries, they are discarded. And we as MEPs can see that the older generation, or those over 50, can bring about a particular kind of society that is a more caring society, that we can have a conversation about the form and the shape of what our society needs to be. Not a society that is just influenced by multinational companies, but a society that is going to have values and judgments and rights and entitlements and have equality at its heart. So we believe that there are some of us, at least MEPs, believe that the intergenerational approach, older people having an experience and talking to and working with younger people, and also taking a lead in a role, particularly with economic development in any country, we can see that they are a generation that must not be discarded once, for instance, big industry decides that they are no longer needed.